Hello, back inside of the instruction playlist that we created in the last video. You see that I still have my letter ID, big idea there. Now I'm going to start placing in things for the learners to do with inside this playlist. The first thing that we're going to look at is the activity. Activities are any assignments that you want learners to have directions, resources. Resources can be links, videos. We'll take a look at the specifics of that inside the activity and turn something back into you. So an activity does have a Dropbox associated with it. They don't have to turn something in. However, that's most likely the scenario you're going to use the activity in. So the activity in Empower is the equivalent of assignments inside of Schoology for those of you coming from Schoology. So I can go ahead and just drag and drop the activity on this gray line where I want it to be. Anywhere I see this yellow icon, that's an activity. I'm going to go ahead and give it a single click and create the activity. The description are your directions. Today we're going to, and the rest of my directions. Below that, I'm going to add either big idea learning targets. That's kind of, remember, that unit essential question, that overarching concept. And I'm going to add other targets to that. So if I hit big idea targets, I see any big learning targets that I've added to the big idea, and I can check those off, and simply they come down here for me and the learners to know that I'm teaching them learning target 102. I can always hover over top of this and see what that learning target is specifically. I can click it to bring that browser up. We're also going to say the level of mastery that we want our learners to have within this particular skill. Now each skill is going to be given a level of mastery at a depth of knowledge. And I'm going to leave Empower for a second and take you to a document that's going to help me explain this. So here on this document, you'll see I have some levels of mastery for MAS, which is what I was showing here in Empower. We're going to have 4 different levels. We'll have level 1, which is simple recall. That's this example. We'll have a level 2, which are concepts and skills. We'll have a level 3, which is strategic thinking, things like cause and effect, compare, contrast. And then we'll have extended thinking. This is where learners are going to be doing that really high order thinking, evaluating, analyzing, creating. So I'll go ahead, and for now, these are just populated with our old standard proficiencies. I'm just going to put a proficiency, but in the future, I would choose a DOK1 recall there. That's the level at which I need the learner to be able to do this task. Next, I'm going to leave the Goals tab and go to the Resources tab. Inside the Resources tab is where I'm going to attach anything that I need the learner to have in order to do what I've set out to do within the Goals tab. So let's say I want them to watch a YouTube video of the ABCs that are going to flash up on the screen. I can choose YouTube here and enter in a title, go ahead and search for that, and this is the video that I want. I'll go ahead and check that off, and now I see that up here in the Resources tab. I can do other things besides a YouTube search, like a Google search. They've found me some other things that I might attach here. Here's YouTube videos. Here's an activity, super simple songs. I'll go ahead and check that off. Alphabet song, some other articles and things here. But I can also always view more to see all the results that I'd like to. I can go out and do Google search on my own if I don't like the way this kind of looks, and I can attach that link here under the globe. I can also do a Google Images search, search my own drive. Upon the first time that I click that drive icon, it's going to ask me to connect my drive. And I'll just simply sign in with my pequavalley.net username and password, and that'll be connected. That's a one-time thing. And you can see here I have all of my Google Drive available to me to attach and use. When I do pick a specific document, it's going to ask me how I want to attach that document. I can attach the original and allow learners to collaborate on that document. I can also attach the document as a copy. So the kids are going to have to make their own copy. It will automatically attach learner names and things right to that. So I'll go ahead and choose this random doc to demonstrate that to you in the next steps. So you can see that's up here, and it says G copy. If I click that, I can go ahead and change the way that works. Students can just view, students can edit, that's where they're going to collaborate together, and the default is make a copy for each student. You can always see that down here in the icon. Like I said before, I can attach any specific URLs that I want learners to have access to, so abc.com. Can attach that there, and if I have files on my machine, I can pull those in here. Now I have the action plan tab. This is where I'm going to tell my learners what they need to do with the resources that I've placed inside the activity. So in this one, I do have multiple resources and multiple steps. You may only have one resource and one step. That's okay. I just want to demonstrate how you can have multiple things to do within this particular activity. So first, I want my learners to watch the ABC video. So I'll go ahead and type that out here in the instructions and hit add. I can then drag this resource of the ABC video down and put it on the plus sign, which apparently I missed. And they're going to now know they need to watch the ABC video first. There is a step reader here, so that can be read to them. And then they're going to see the ABC video, which they can simply tap and watch. Now I'm going to put my second step. I'll click add, listen to the alphabet song, and again, drag that down onto the step, and they'll see that. Tell them to complete the Google Doc assignment. And last but not least, they're going to visit again, maybe not something a kindergartner would do, most certainly not, but just an example of how I can use this for any skill and how it can be multi-step, or I could have a single resource and it can be single step. So everywhere that I see a small icon underneath those steps, that's a resource for those learners to use. I can hover over it to see what that particular resource is and see that there. Click the pencil icon to go ahead and do any editing to the directions I need to do. Go ahead and click the learner student. Is this step for a student? That's shown in yellow. Is this step for a facilitator? That's in green. And I can always click the play to hear what that sounds like on the step reader. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and give this a name. and that will be ready inside the playlist for learners. Now, I can also do some other things with this activity that may be important for you to know. I can see the learner view, and this is what it looks like. So they'll see the standard number here. They can go ahead and hover over top and click on the number to see the actual standard. They can see the directions. When they go to the action tab, they'll see first you need to watch the video, listen to the alphabet, and it will progress them through. My locker is the space where I'm going to be able to turn in my work if there were things to turn in. And feedback is where you and the learner communicate on how they've done within this activity. So that's the student view. I can also share this activity with other facilitators. I can do that a few ways. Again, I can give all teachers access. I can give all teachers and learners and parents access. I can share it with a particular person, and that will go to their messaging inside of Empower, where they can open that up just like you would a Google Doc sharing message. Or I can, instead of using the share button, I can share this ID where people can now search for that. So if they want to find activity 012322, they can simply put that in the search and find that. We'll look at that in a later video. But for now, I'm ready to close this out. Remember, it will automatically save. So close that, and here's my letter ID activity. So again, an activity is anywhere you want to give resources, directions to your learners and have them turn something back into you. I hope that this video on activity creation was helpful, and thanks for watching.